Good evening, viewers. You're tuned in to ICRT, keeping you informed.
ICRT!
Din Tai Fung has become the most profitable restaurant chain in the United States by average units volume. This is despite the Taiwanese soup dumpling chain having only 16 US locations. According to Restaurant Business Online, each store earned an average of $27.4 million last year, nearly double that of the next competitor, Mastro's Steakhouse. In 2023, Din Tai Fung's US sales hit $411.6 million, up nearly 20% year-on-year. Its success is attributed to large format restaurants, a $45 average check, high traffic, and a strong bar and small plate program. It leads a rising wave of full-service Asian brands to the United States, outpacing names like Nobu and Benihana in per-store revenue. Looking ahead, Din Tai Fung is planning to open new stores in Arizona and California.
Restaurant chain. Average unit volume. Soup dumpling. Competitor. Year-on-year. Large format restaurant. Average check.
The island's first domestically built submarine is now undergoing sea acceptance testing. The narwhal was spotted leaving CSBC's dock at the port of Kaohsiung unaided around 8 o'clock this morning, and the submarine was being accompanied, though, by a smaller surface vessel. Local media is citing people with knowledge of the submarine program as saying that the narwhal prototype has now completed its harbour acceptance tests and left the port this morning for its first sea trial. Sources are also being cited as saying the Navy will be deploying Jiangguang-class frigates, Guanghua 6-class missile boats and other vessels to protect the area in which the sea trials are taking place. While the Air Force is also reportedly sending planes to monitor the sea trials and ensure the prototype submarine's safety.
Domestically built. Submarine. Acceptance testing. Prototype. Harbor acceptance tests. Sea trial. Deploy.
Renowned Taiwanese poet Châu Yu passed away last week at the age of 91. Cheng's birth name, Cheng Wen-dao. He was born in 1933 in Jinan, Shandong Province in China. His ancestral home is in Ninghe in Hebei Province. In 1949, he moved to Taiwan with his family following the nationalist government's retreat to the island. And in 1967, Cheng went to the United States to participate in the University of Iowa's International Writing Program, later earning a Master of Fine Arts degree and doctoral degrees. He taught at the University of Iowa, at Yale, and the University of Hong Kong, and in 2005 he returned to Taiwan to serve as writer-in-residence at the National Donghua University. At the age of 16, Cheng self-published his first poetry collection, Straw, Sandals, and a Raft. He later published numerous poetry collections, including Slave Girls Outside the Window and The Possibility of Snow. His most famous poem, The Mistake, is highly praised and often cited as a classic in Taiwanese literature. It was included in Taiwan's Chinese language textbooks.
Retreat. Writer-in-residence. Self-publish. Poetry collection. Highly praised. Classic. Textbook.
The National Health Insurance Administration is stepping up efforts to help more elderly kidney patients receive dialysis at home. The goal is to have at least 8% of all dialysis patients using peritoneal dialysis by the end of this year. Doctors say this type of dialysis uses the body's own internal lining to filter waste, allowing for more flexible home-based care. Not only that, research shows it can reduce hospitalizations by 26% and cut the risk of heart-related death by 38%. Health officials say it could also help ease pressure on the healthcare system. and to encourage uptake, the NHIA is offering subsidies for automated dialysis machines and remote monitoring tools. Medical experts stress that with proper support, seniors can successfully manage peritoneal dialysis from the comfort of home.
Dialysis. Peritoneal dialysis. Filter waste. Hospitalization. Subsidy. Remote monitoring. Healthcare system.
Taichung Mayor Lu Shouyan has announced that construction of the Metro Blue Line will start on June 26, and the Green Line will be offering free rides on that day to commemorate the groundbreaking ceremony. According to the city government, Blue Line will begin at the port of Taichung and move eastward through Shalu and Shidun districts before arriving in central Taichung. The planned 20-station line has a cost of 161.5 billion NT and will intersect with the Green Line at Taichung City Hall Station. The city government has said it's expected to open to the public in 2034. Meanwhile, the search is continuing for the 50 millionth rider of the Taichung Metro Line, who is eligible for a prize of 2 Starlux business class round-trip tickets from Taichung to any destination in Asia. The rider rode the metro on June 9, but their card was not registered in Taichung's system, leaving their identity unknown. The Taichung Mass Rapid Transit Corporation says the rider was using an iPass card.
Groundbreaking ceremony. Intersect. Eligible. Round-trip ticket. Registered. Mass Rapid Transit. District.
How to Train Your Dragon took flight this weekend, proving that some remakes still have teeth. According to ComScore estimates, the Universal live-action adaptation of this beloved and animated franchise soared to a strong $83 million debut in North American theaters. The film follows the unlikely friendship between a young Viking named Hiccup and a dragon called Toothless. It also claimed the #1 spot ahead of Disney's Lilo and Stitch, which slipped to second place after topping the charts for 3 weekends. That hybrid live-action remake added another $15 million, pushing its total in North America past $386 million. While Materialists, a modern-day New York love story starring Dakota Johnson, Pedro Pascal, and Chris Evans, rounded up the top 3 films of the week with a $12 million debut in North American theaters.
Adaptation. Debut. Franchise. Claimed the #1 spot. Hybrid. Box office. Rounded out.
Israel has launched an attack at Iran's nuclear and missile sites with explosions heard across Tehran. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei says Israel will face a severe punishment over its attack on the country. Khamenei issued the statement carried by the state-run IRNA news agency. It confirmed that top military officials and scientists have been killed in the attack.
Launch an attack. Nuclear. Missile sites. Explosion. Supreme leader. Severe punishment. Military officials.
An Air India flight to London from India's western city of Ahmedabad crashed shortly after takeoff near the city's airport. The plane crash killed more than 240 people, with at least 1 survivor.
Crash. Shortly after. Takeoff. Survivor. Airport. Flight.
Tainan is revealing details for its upcoming summer music festival. The city government says the festival takes place July 19th to 20th at the Jianjing fishing port, featuring different themes each night. Now in its 14th year, the event will feature a star-studded lineup, including singer B and bands Trash and Pisco. Tainan officials are encouraging visitors to arrive early to enjoy local cuisine and watch the sunset. The city will also offer package tours of nearby attractions and special deals with local accommodations.
Reveal details. Music festival. Lineup. Fishing port. Local cuisine. Accommodation. Package tour.
Zhanghua's annual Wanggong Festival is kicking off this month for a weekend of music, food, and family fun. The county government announced that this year's festival will be held June 28th and 29th at the Wanggong Fishing Port, featuring a concert headlined by rock duo Power Station and Cosmos People. The festival will also host a large-scale oyster roast using locally sourced oysters and clams. Officials say festival grounds will also feature marine-themed light displays, and shuttle bus services will be available for both days between 9 a.m. and 10 p.m.
Kickoff. Headline. A concert. Locally sourced. Oyster roast. Light display. Shuttle bus service.
Taipei has been named the 2025 Muslim Women-Friendly City Destination of the Year by Crescent Rating at its 2025 Halal in Travel Awards. The awards were held in Singapore. And Shen Yonghua, the Secretary General of the Taipei City Government's Department of Information and Tourism, traveled there to accept the award on behalf of the city government. Crescent Rating says Taiwan ranked 4th in the 2025 Global Muslim Travel Index among destinations that are not members of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. According to the Taipei Tourism Department, the ranking reflects the city's efforts to create a diverse, inclusive, and safe environment for Muslim travelers. Taipei Mayor Jiang Wan'an says the awards represent international recognition of the city's Muslim-friendly efforts following its earlier recognition in 2023 as the most promising Muslim-friendly city destination of the year.
Destination. Inclusive. Recognition. Muslim-friendly. Non-member. Tourism Department. Accept the award.
Heavy rain pounded Taidong overnight, swelling streams and turning roads into rivers. On Lanyu Island, mud flows created a striking yin-yang sea, where muddy waters meet clear blue waves. As of 11 a.m. today, Donghe Township had recorded the most rain in Taiwan with 106.5 millimeters. Other areas are also seeing heavy rainfall, including Green Island and Lanyu. In Jingfeng Township, floodwaters have damaged an already fragile road. Local officials plan to inspect the area as soon as possible to keep residents safe. On Lanyu, locals rushed to move traditional canoes as muddy streams flowed into the sea. The same yin-yang sea effect was seen across parts of the Southlink Railway coast. Weather officials say this rain came from the tropical depression's outer bands and warned that conditions remain unstable.
Pound. Mud flow. Yin-yang sea. Tropical depression. Outer bands. Fragile.
Taiwan's second-hand housing market is losing momentum, with properties taking longer to sell. According to China Trust Real Estate, the average sales period for pre-owned homes across the 6 municipalities increased by at least 12 days between Q3 last year and Q1 of this year. Taoyuan experienced the most significant slowdown, with sales taking an additional 30 days on average to close. Real estate experts attribute this to more cautious buyers and sellers lowering price expectations, compounded by incomplete infrastructure in some newly developed areas of Taoyuan. The broader slowdown also follows the central bank's 7th round of mortgage credit controls introduced last September and stricter financial inspections. Cities like Taichung, Tainan and Kaohsiung are also feeling the impact, with average sales exceeding 80 days. Analysts say this reflects reduced investor interest after recent government crackdowns on property speculation. Nationwide, nearly 5,800 properties lowered their asking prices between January and May, an annual increase of almost 50%. Experts expect the market to remain stable for now, but advise sellers to be flexible with pricing to close deals faster amid sluggish economic growth.
Second-hand housing market. Momentum. Mortgage credit controls. Infrastructure. Property speculation. Asking price. Sluggish.
Looking for the hottest music and exciting updates? Follow ICRT on YouTube and all social media!